Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to Map Making with me, BonBonB. I'm BonBonB. You are, of course, very, very welcome. And before we get started, I just want to, for those of you that are suddenly appearing and what the hell is going on, yes, I'm BonBonB. I'm a map reviewer, amongst other things in my life. And it's been a year since I made my first map. This is my second map. And this is just me doing a Let's Play building the map. It started off as a green square and it's now evolving into an island. Still a long way to go, a lot of detailing to go. And the detailing we're doing today is on the wetlands within the central island of what is going to be a tidal floodplain kind of area. Today's episode, you won't see this finished, but I'll get to this in a second. Okay, get to this in a second. What you're watching today is slightly faster work than normal. Normally when I do these shows, I do about half an hour's worth of build, and then I play it back at 200% speed, because otherwise it'd be a bit boring if I'm honest with you. So yeah, 200% speed, and that gives you about a 15-minute show. Today, it's running at 300% speed. Why? Well, first of all, I was working for about 45 minutes on today's show, and it's far from finished. I called it quits after 45 minutes because I got to a point that I felt that I could walk away and go, I can come back and continue this. Nothing worse than a half finished job. It's not easy for me to say, where you start the task, you go away, you come back, and you're not exactly sure where you're up to. I know exactly where I'm up to with this particular job that I'm doing at the moment, so I tied it off. What I'm doing here at the moment is, because the theme that I've got at the moment is not that clear, showing the difference between the streams and the ground, I'm doing some sort of like heavy moss type effect for these new assets available with the Park Life DLC. I'm using those just to outline the streams, so it's easier for me to see what I'm working with, where I'm working, and that kind of thing. So yes, triple speed, partly because triple speed brings that 45-minute show down to 15 minutes approximately, so it's going to be approximately the same sort of length as normal. But secondly, all you're going to see today is basically what you're looking at now. Me plopping down loads and loads and loads of like mossy type things, and then at the end a few trees type things. But once again, when you get to the end of it, you'll look at what I've done at the end of this and you'll say, Bon, that's crap. It's not crap, it's just not finished. Far from it. And I am very much using these lines, to outline areas rather than actually properly detail them. I'm going to have to come back and do a lot more work just to sort of make the whole thing look a lot more realistic, because that's the whole point. I want it to kind of look and feel like a marshland, wetland kind of area. So anyway, that's basically everything I kind of need to tell you about today's show. Is triple speed because it's slightly longer, and to be honest with you, it's just much of a muchness. All of it is this and more of this, and then I colour in the spaces around it, and so on and so forth. Yeah. So right, okay, so that's brought you up to speed with that one. Let me tell you what else is happening with the channel and with me, and let's start off with me. This is a busy weekend for me. In fact, it's been a busy week, and I was really concerned that I was going to fall massively behind. I only just caught up from where I was sick about a month ago. Had cellulitis, and I really struggled to keep up with all the workload at work, and of course with the YouTube channel itself. It was something that it was a real battle for me to do that. Just about managed to get back on terms, but my real life job does require me to occasionally work a Sunday. I work Monday to Saturdays full stop anyway, and that's 50 weeks straight a year. So for me it was this is where I noticed the water was flowing backwards. I don't think I'm going to mind it too much because obviously the water flow is going ultra fast at the moment. It probably won't be noticeable, but yeah, I tried tinkering with the water a little bit. I may come back and just do some work on that at a later date to make it work, but it just sort of like it was niggling at me, I'm afraid, that. So anyway, yes, so I'm actually going to be working this weekend. Now, weekends is when I do not all of the shows, because I literally can't do all of the shows in a day or even 2 days. I do tend to most evenings make at least one show, sometimes two. But a Sunday, that's the day where I put together, well, the work that gets me ahead for the week. Have to try and get ahead for the week on a Sunday. This Sunday, I'm not going to be able to. I'm going to be so busy with my day job, and on top of that, it's going to absolutely wipe me out because it's proper, full-on hard work, something I don't do very often. And I'm getting older and less fit, so yes, I'm going to be wiped out for the week. So I need to get right up and up to speed with all the shows for next week. The good news is I'm nearly there. I didn't expect to be, but I am almost nearly there. I do need to make the best of tonight. In your term, when this show is going out, I'm probably going to be busy recording maybe the asset and theme reviews for next week. I normally do that on a Saturday or possibly even on a Sunday morning, and gets me a little bit further ahead. And then hopefully by the end of Saturday, I might even have got Monday's What's Map and possibly even a map making recorded. It's going to be a real struggle next week, even with me being a little bit ahead at the moment. But I will do my best to ensure that there is no break in the normal routine, and you'll get your regular dose of bonbon. I can't believe I'm even saying this. I'm just a guy with a channel, and a few of you seem to like it, so I'm gonna keep it going. I'm gonna keep it going for now. Hopefully for a lot longer. So yes, that's the plan. Hopefully though, by the end of next week, I won't have slipped behind. Everything will be back on schedule normally for the week after, and then I've got the new show, the new series, and I want to get Skylines Talk up and running. I do as well. Now, Skylines Talk, I have got a few guests that I'd like to interview, who I've not approached yet, but I'm pretty sure I don't think I'll have any difficulty finding a good asset creator. There are so many out there, and so I'm pretty sure I can pin one of those down quite easy. I've also got a confirmation from one of the community's best loved modders that they would be happy to come onto the show, although English isn't their first language, so that might be a little bit more difficult, but that's good news. There is a YouTuber that I have shortlisted. In fact, they were my first choice to appear on my first show, or on the first series. Unfortunately, they were busy at that particular time. Could they do it at a later date? I went, yeah, that's fine. That's great. I went with Crumbs McGee instead, and that was very successful. Quite happy with that interview as well, and love Crumbs McGee's work. But this particular YouTuber, I'm not going to give their name away because I don't want any people going, oh, you don't like them anyway, or I don't want any of that stuff. They do great work. They're currently growing at an exponential rate, and I can't get a response from them, and I'm putting it down to possibly the speed that they are growing. They've probably got a huge workload. All right, and I appreciate that. I know where they're coming from if that's the case. But I have been messaging them on Twitter, and I haven't had a response recently, although they have actually read the messages. So I'm ever hopeful. That they will get back to me, and we'll be able to do that. If not, I'll have to find a different person to interview on that one. But yeah, so far of the 4/5 guests for the next series, because there was a possibility of it being a 5 guest show. If I can't get this particular YouTuber onto the show, it will just be 4. But that's fine, because 4 is what we've been having normally, and that would work nicely. And like I say, we'll need to pin down an asset here, and probably a mapper as well, to complete the series. So that's Skylines talk. The new shows, I'm not going to tell you exactly what they are. Well, one of them I can, kind of. These votes that I've been asking you to do at the end of the show, the What Map, I compiled all the scores, and I can tell you what the most popular maps in the month were. I can. And that's the intention of the show. Where I do a monthly map show, a chart show, and that's a Steam chart show, where people can vote on Steam. What about you guys? What do you think about the maps that were on the on What Map? And the answer is, well, you voted, so I can tell you, and that's what we're going to be doing. That's the plan. I haven't actually. The problem with starting up a new show is I use templates to help build the show. It doesn't actually make the job much easier, but it does give you something to work from. And of course, I haven't got a template for this new show yet, so even that in itself is going to add half an hour to an hour of making the first show. And then of course there's the actual making of the show in itself as well. So I'm holding back on that one, but I really do want to get it made and out there. I really do. Although it might just be that I'll have to do August and September shows back to back in October, maybe. And then the new series. Now this new series, it's going to be a big task. It might be too much. But I have been asked multiple times to do it, and I feel that it's something I want to do. It's something I really do want to do it, and it fits with the channel. This is the other thing. It's not where I've been sort of like branching out and maybe doing a little bit of XCOM Enemy Unknown or Euro Truck or anything like that. It's Cities Skylines. It is very much Cities Skylines, and it's me sort of making a little template, a little patch of bushes there to add a little bit of diversity to the greenery. So yes, it's Cities Skylines, and it fits with the channel, where I've got the map review show, I've got the map making, of course, I've got Asset World, and all the bits and pieces that I do on the channel for Cities Skylines. This particular new show fits in with, but if anything, it's got the potential for the biggest views of all of the shows altogether. Oh, even with the tutorials, it's got potential to blow all of those shows away in terms of views. Now, for me, it's not all about views. I promise you. Yes, it's nice to have views, and yes, I'd love to make a living out of this and make lots of money. Who wouldn't, eh? But for me, it's not the be all and end all. If I've got a few, I'm doing XCOM, and it's not the most watched show, but I enjoy doing it, and if I enjoy doing it, that's important. You can see how this is coming together now, can't you? Now I'm going to outline the whole thing here, with trees. It's not going to be a finished job. I wanted it to be a finished job. I realised it was going to take way too long, so I end up just kind of like outlining the entire thing, and we'll come back in the next episode or two to tidy it up. So there we are. Yes, so the new series, is probably 3 weeks away. And I have already pinned down. It's kind of like with Skylines talk, where I say to you, I have pinned down the world's most famous. I had you all teased along with Bloody Penguin for a long while, didn't I? Oh, you'll never find out who Bloody Penguin is. Yeah, I got him on the show, kept it quiet, and that was the biggie. Well, I have got a biggie to start the new series. It doesn't get any bigger. In terms of City Skylines, it's as big as they come, and you can pencil whatever you like into that. You can pencil whatever you like into that one. But it literally, if you said, oh, is it Owl? Bigger. Okay? Is it Miyagi? Bigger. Is it Ikanya? Bigger. Is it Sven Berlin? Bigger. Honestly, whatever you have to say, I am going to throw back the word bigger, unless of course you say the person, and then I go, well, actually no, you got it right. So episode 1, as big as they get. Episode 2, well, say episode 1, it'll be a kind of like a I don't want to give too much away, but each show, rather than being a one-off show, it'll be like a broken down over a number of days, because it can't be done in one show. It has to be split over a number of days. Literally cannot be done. Not possible. Not to do a good job anyway. So I've already got like the big one to start off with, and then one that you'll be aware of if you've watched the channel. You'll already be aware of is for the second one, and wow is basically all I can say to that one. And then if it has, in those first 2 episodes, if they've taken off and have gone really, really well, then I will start making a proper series of it, and similar to What's Map, just going a little bit deeper than the like, wow, here's the star, and wow, here's another star, and all that kind of thing, you know? Does that make sense? It'll make sense when it all kicks off, I promise you. Right, okay, that's as much as I'm doing here. I've outlined with a few trees, but there's a lot more work to do here as well. And that's the wetlands coming together. Right, I've finished talking now. I've been talking all night, and I just want to put my voice to rest. So thanks very much for watching, commenting, liking and subscribing. Join me tomorrow for what is a cracking What's Map. Don't miss tomorrow's What's Map. Oh, really don't miss it. And have a great day. Thanks for watching.